Hello everybody, John here with Shooting Tips and Tricks, and today we're going to be taking a look inside of this Benjamin Bulldog. Now, this guy I picked up a little while ago. A guy brought it in to a friend of mine at the local sporting goods store where he bought it, and he suffered a bit of an accident while hunting. You can see it's all banged up over here. The whole back plate here is torn off and the handle's bent and all that. Said it was a mishap while he's pig hunting, but looking at its damage, it kind of resembles like it was pitched out of a vehicle or something. And even the aluminum rail up on top here is bent, and a bipod was torn off. Well, the guy figured the thing was screwed, so he got rid of it and got himself a new one and left this one there. Upon further inspection, the trigger and all the mechanics operate perfectly fine, and it still holds the air. So we might have a chance of rebuilding this guy into a good working gun. But first we're going to take a look inside. Now, I did pull out the bulk of the screws already, so not to waste too much of your guys' time. There's just a couple left here we'll pull out. All it is these little dinky suckers that are scattered all over here. Now, looking at the design of this guy, I think most of it's held together by this top piece up here, because up in the front you can plainly see it has a track, which I'm guessing runs the whole way down and holds this clamshell lower together. And then the screws are just reinforcements for all that. So, and from the looks of it, all there was the one screw up on here that holds this whole top assembly in place. So we pulled that guy out, so hopefully this whole thing will slide right off and it'll come apart relatively painlessly. Little guy up on top here. There we go. Now, let's see here. There it went. Oh, see? The thing slid right off. And there goes the other half of the gun. Alright. Alright, let's get rid of this thing here. Alright. So, where'd all the rest of those parts go? There's those little covers for the back of the action. Toss those aside. A little pin for the barrel. Oh. A little sliding safety. Yep, and a spring to actuate it. So it just slides on a little groove to impede the movement of the trigger. And they got some kind of grease in there to help it move along smoothly. Right. Jesus. Alright. Oh, here it is. Pretty simple design. The trigger, little transfer bar goes up to the trigger mechanisms. Pretty simple. You can see here, we got the bent handle here. So, you can see this actuates back and forth here. Got regular mechanics there. I'm guessing this guy is connected to the, or this is what holds the hammer in place. And other than that, it looks like a relatively simple design, just like a lot of the old guns. Which, you'd think with all the technology and the price tag they put on this guy, they'd come out with something a lot more intricate or advanced. But really, this is about the same as a lot of the old guns too. It's actually, where did that guy go? Oh, here we go. got this guy here. This is an old Benjamin, model 310 from back in the 50s. Now this thing is pretty much the same design as this guy. I mean, in the back of it here, you've got a heavy spring and a hammer, which is basically just a cylinder of steel. And when you cock it, the trigger holds the hammer back. And when you release it, it slams into the valve up here where the chamber is, opening it just momentarily because it's spring actuated, and that releases the air up into the barrel. So this guy is going to work off of the same principle. You can see the heavy spring here, and I'm guessing the screw goes into the hammer. So when you pull this guy back, yep, that pulls the hammer back. So then this bar here is going to hold the hammer back, and then the trigger that actuates back and forth, when you pull it, it's going to release it's going to actuate this bar, releasing the hammer, which is going to slam forward into that little nipple on the back of the valve, and it's going to be under heavy spring tension. So when it hits it, it opens it up for just a hair moment, and that lets the air out into the barrel to fire the gun. Alright, this guy's quite a bit simpler than I was imagining. So now it's pulled all apart. It looks to be all intact like this, and now we just need to decide what to do with this guy. Alright, well, I think I'll leave the video off here, and we'll pick it up at a later date when I decide what to do this guy. I was thinking I'd make a whole new chassis for it and everything to give it more of an upgraded look, and maybe a little stouter than that plastic that comes with it. This stuff, which I don't even think this stuff is fiber reinforced. It's almost like a thermal set, because of the way it breaks, it's like a shattered rather than without flexing hardly at all. And there doesn't appear to be any markings anywhere on it, so can't really tell, but you can tell from the grain structure that there is some kind of fiber reinforcement in there. And you can see all your little push pins all over the place on here to knock it out of the mold. Yep. Alright. Well, I think that's about it. And as always, if you guys liked it, well, there's a button down there. If you didn't like it, well, there's a button down there. Anything you want to add, let me know in the comments. And thank y'all for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye. I wonder. Locks and everything. Well, that's one way to clear off a dirty workbench.